I teach people how to use their voice. I teach people the craft of what magicians call showmanship. Now, I believe there are common threads between the world of magic and the world of business, the world you all live in, because you too need showmanship with what you do. My friends, more important than ever, we must learn the leader's instrument, how to use our voice. As you learn how to use this instrument, your voice, you will grow and you will expand your potential. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stage Virtual. Hi, thanks for joining me. In this video, I'd love to be able to share with you what I can do with a virtual masterclass, which will be run live. I'll be running this virtual masterclass live for you if you choose to do so. My name's Vinh, as you already know. My area of expertise is communication skills. And I believe right now, with the current situation that we're in, a lot of team members and employees of yours will probably be finding themselves working from home. And they're connecting with their peers that they normally see in person, they're connecting with their peers now virtually. To me, this is a wonderful opportunity for us to be able to equip our team members with the ability to communicate virtually. And you've got to understand that communicating virtually is a skill set that we need to teach our people. Because as we increase their ability to be able to communicate virtually, we're going to be able to enhance collaboration. So the sample module that I have that I want to share with you is a module that I call Vocal Archetypes. Now, Vocal Archetypes, the thing you need to understand about this is that in different areas of your life, you use your voice differently, a different vocal archetype. So think about how you would speak to your partners versus how you would speak to your CEO at work. Another more dramatic example is think about how you would speak to a dog. What happens to your voice all of a sudden when you talk to a dog? All of a sudden you see a dog and you're like, oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Oh. We change the way we use our voice. And these changes in our voice, that's different vocal archetypes. And to me, what I want to help you do is, if you can understand the differences in vocal archetypes, if you can learn the foundational vocal archetypes, you can actually enhance your effectiveness and enhance your influence, especially in this virtual platform. So if I bring you to my slides for a second, we're going to be talking about vocal archetypes. Now there are 4. Let's go through just 2 to give you a bit of a sample. You see, the first one, as you've seen on the flip chart, is called motivator. Now, when I think of the motivator archetype, I think of a motivational speaker. Motivational speakers tend to speak in a certain way. They tend to use their body language in a certain way. So let me give you a sample of a motivational speaker and them engaging in the motivator archetype. Here we go.
And that leadership component, as I say, doesn't always mean somebody follows you. A leader is somebody who lives life on their terms. That you will never settle for less than you can be or share or give or create. It's not what we get that makes us.
So I hope that gives you a bit of a taste. That's someone who's engaging in motivator. So again, when I think of the motivator archetype, I just think of motivational speaker. Now, if we move to the second archetype, and I'll tell you why we're moving to this in just a moment, but we've moved to the second one here. The second one is about the educator. And when I think of educator, I think of a university lecturer. Someone who's standing at a podium, someone who's an expert with a huge amount of credibility, and they're speaking on a topic that they have a huge knowledge base on. So I think of a university lecturer. Now, my example that I'm going to use here, as I'll show you on my slides, is Steve Jobs. Now, Steve Jobs, he uses all the different vocal archetypes in an extremely masterful way. But in this Stanford address, you'll see a clip of him where he's engaging in educator. So let's have a listen to Steve Jobs with Educator.
I was lucky. I found what I loved to do early in life. Woz and I started Apple in my parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown.
You see, there's Steve Jobs engaging in Educator. And what I want you to realize there is that they're different kind of energies, right? They're different archetypes. And as an individual, we can access all the archetypes. And you've just seen 2. You've seen motivator and educator. What's really interesting about the entire virtual platform is that if you're not conscious of vocal archetypes, which one do you think people default in when they get onto a Zoom call, a WebEx call, a Skype call? What do you think they get stuck in? Which default archetype? I think you may have guessed it. People get stuck in the educator archetype. And when you're stuck in the educator archetype, you won't be as effective. So once you learn the foundational archetypes, then you learn there are different times to use different archetypes. And if you engage in a specific archetype at the right time, you can increase your influence and increase your effectiveness, even though you're communicating virtually. And the beauty of these lessons is that they don't only apply just virtually, they apply in one-on-one communication as well. And right now you have an entire workforce that's potentially working from home. There are thought leaders like myself who can still help you develop and train your people, not only to get better in this instance, but they can learn how to become more effective communicators virtually, which later also applies when they go back to their everyday lives and their normal lives again once we go back to work. And things will go back to normal. This is temporary. But again, viewing this time as an opportunity to be able to educate our people, train our people, and develop our people, I think is a wonderful way to frame this moment of time. Now, also on top of this, during my virtual masterclasses, I think something that's very important for everybody to be able to learn is a little bit of magic. So I'm going to bring you over to this table over here. And what I've realized is that right now, since so many people are being stuck at home, in this masterclass, I can include a little bit of magic where I teach people magic tricks. And the reason why I believe this is so valuable right now, and hear me out just for a second, I believe it's so valuable to teach people magic right now because so many parents are stuck at home with their kids. And I can do a 10-minute magic tutorial session, or 30-minute if you wish. I'd rather you do 30. But if I do this, I can teach a little bit of magic so parents can engage with their children, which is going to help with wellness. And also, what's beautiful about magic is when you perform magic for someone, it just momentarily allows people to just escape. Astonishment is an incredible feeling that allows you to escape the current chaos that we're all going through. So I think that's why I've set up this kind of camera angle here, to be able to teach magic and to be able to have people experience something really cool. And to enhance my teaching ability, I've set up a multiple camera setup so that you can experience magic, but also I can teach you magic effectively. So I think between what I'm able to do with the virtual masterclass, equipping your people with great communication tools to help them become more effective virtually, and also to be able to teach them a little bit of magic and have a little bit of fun, I think between all of these things, we're going to be able to make this period where we have to stay at home more bearable, but also use it as an opportunity to empower our people to help them become the best they can be. Looking forward to potentially working with you, and please do reach out if you'd like to learn more about how I can customize my virtual masterclass to you and your team. Bye for now.